Hey guys, my name's Ben Howard and today we're out here at Holston Creek Gulch trying to beat 18 over. If you haven't watched my previous attempts, I appreciate if you went back and watched them. I've got a playlist down below if you want to check it out. But if this is your first time, like I said, I'm going to be trying to beat 18 over out here. And that might sound pretty easy, but this is probably the hardest course in South Carolina, aside from maybe Winthrop Gold. If I'm able to beat my personal best out here, which is 19 over, then I'll be doing a giveaway at the end of the back nine video. If I'm able to beat my personal best today and get to 18 over, I'm going to be giving away a Halo Draco. And if I'm able to get to 17 over, I'm going to be giving away the Draco and a Ricky Wysocki signed Saki Bomb AVR X, no, Rock X3 to somebody in the comments. But going into this round, I feel pretty confident. The main thing I want to do is just try not to put too much pressure on myself, because my last attempt I had my best front nine out here ever, which was 9 over. And that was with taking a triple bogey on the first hole. So I don't want to go into this round with those expectations because, like I said, that's the best I've ever done. So I still want to shoot close to that, obviously, but main goal is going to be like 11, 10, something like that. And if we're not anywhere near that, that's fine, because the back nine I can make up a lot of strokes. So main thing is just trying not to get frustrated with myself going through the front nine and just trying to play well. So let's go and get into it. All right, guys, we're on hole one. This one's a par 4, 722 feet. Off the tee, we're trying to get past this tree in the middle of the fairway and get up to that corner right there. From there, if you get around the corner, you probably have about 400 feet into the basket. But if you go just dead straight ahead, you probably have like 450 to 500 feet. But once you get to the corner, you've got to go down this really tightly wooded fairway that's got some trees in the middle, but as long as I can get around this corner and set myself up well, we should be able to get a par somewhat easily. Just got to see where I put myself off the tee. But for this one, we're just going to try and go hyzer over this tree in the middle of the fairway. Just like that. That might be a little short, so I might not really have a good angle to really penetrate down into that gap, but I think a par should be really doable from there. Okay, so like I said, I'm a little short, so if I want to get down there, I would have to go through this gap, but like I said, we're probably right at about 400 feet from the basket. As you can tell, this isn't really great for that type of shot, but I think what I'm just going to do is just try and push something down there, get to this group of trees you can see straight in front of us, and then hopefully have an easy approach shot into the green. Okay, I couldn't tell if that skipped or not, but either way, we should have a pretty easy approach shot into the green. Okay, should be a very makeable putt. Let's go. That's exactly the start I want on this hole. That's probably the easiest a par has ever felt on that hole too. So let's keep it up. All right, guys, now we're on hole two. This one's a par 5, 1,152 feet. Off the tee, we're trying to get onto this side of the hill you can see straight in front of us. From there, we're trying to get to the top of the hill, back down the other side of that hill, and then up the next hill to where the basket is. This is definitely the longest hole in the course. It plays probably closer to like 1,400 feet. Getting a par on this hole is probably not going to be an option because it takes pretty much 4 perfect shots for me. So getting a bogey or a double bogey, something like that, is going to be pretty much fine. Just the main thing is just trying to stay in the fairway and yeah, just throw clean shots. Oh no. Oh, I haven't done that here in a long time. That's going to be interesting. Okay, so we got really lucky here. I'm actually just on the edge of the fairway, but from here, I'm really not going to be able to get too aggressive. All I'm really going to try and do is just get up here to the left of these 3 trees and just get up there to where I want to land off the tee. Oh, wow. Okay, that's not bad. That disc flipped on me, even though I didn't think it would flip doing a standstill, but that's actually a really good spot too. So let's see what we can do from there. All right, so from here, I'm gonna try and get pretty aggressive, because if I can get about 100 to 150 feet past this tree you see straight in front of us in the middle of the fairway, I can get up, I can have a chance to get up and down and save a par, which would be really sick. But it's gonna require a really touchy shot because I'm going uphill with the flippy disc. I've got to get it to push straight to that tree and then start to slowly bend right while still pushing forward. I can do it, but it's gonna be a touchy shot. Main thing is I gotta make sure that if I do make a mistake, I wanna turn this over. Yep, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. I'd rather do that than go way left or be caught up somewhere. From there, we can lay up just like I was talking about, throw across, hopefully save a 6. There we go. That should be really good. All right, so from here you can actually kind of see the basket. It's just past the little retention wall you see straight in front of us. I wish I would have gone a little bit farther, because as you can tell, I don't really have great footing from right here, but this is doable. Just got to push something straight, get us down there for a putt. Big skip, come on. Ooh, yeah, there we go. That should be like a 20-foot putt. There we go. That's such a good start. All right, guys, we're on hole 3. This one's a par 3, 415 feet. Basket's through this gap, tucked uphill, way off to the left. This isn't really one I can get to consistently, so I'm just going to try and push something down that gap, just get down there as far as we can. Hopefully have an easy up and down for the par. Oh, it's a little higher than I meant to throw it, but that branch didn't help. We should be able to get up and down from there. Just have to see what kind of angle we'll have into the green. Oh no, that's the one thing. Ah, dang it. Oh, dang. Okay, so that tree kept it from getting into the circle, but still a very makeable putt. Fade a little bit. That's pretty disappointing considering that hole, I feel like I've got it, or at least got the par on it, pretty consistent amount of times, and I felt like I had a good game plan going into it, but the tee shot was just a little off, approach shot was a little off, everything's just a little off, so what do you expect? Just have to make up for it on the next few holes. All right, guys, we're on hole 4. This one's a par 4, 711 feet. Off the tee, we're trying to set ourselves up into this gap you can see straight in front of us, marked by these 2 trees. From there, we're going downhill through a tight wooded gap. That's, what is it, like a little over 300 feet, give or take. It's hard to tell because you're going downhill the whole way. But if I throw a good tee shot, throw a good second shot, this is a very birdieable hole. So just got to make sure that I throw this hyzer well, just get myself into the opening and throw my shot down there, get the bird. If that's stuck, that'll be really good, but if it's skipped, I'll probably be a little too far left of the gap to get down there, but either way, I should be able to throw a shot down there into the gap and hopefully have an easy par. So a little bit of an unfortunate result right here at the base of this pine tree, but like I said, just kind of lean out, throw a shot down there, get as far down the fairway as we can, and then hopefully have an easy shot into the green. Come out, come out. Ugh. Did not come out as fast as I thought it would. Okay, so not the easiest shot into the green, but I have a shot into the green. I'm gonna have to do like a little skip shot, something fast, overstable. Just gotta hit my line, we'll be good. Oh yeah, I think that's down there for a putt. Let's go. Yes. All right, guys, we're on hole 5. This one's a par 5, 904 feet. We're basically just going straight the whole way, but we've got different obstacles coming along with us. Off the tee, biggest thing to worry about is we got this OB swamp off to the right. It really doesn't come into play off the tee, but it kind of can, but it's mainly going to come into play for the second shot. So off the tee, really just trying to set ourselves up just dead straight ahead through this left gap, so that way we don't have to worry about the swamp. After that, we've got to go up this hill, and then the basket's down like about 250 foot fairway that's like lined with trees, kind of like this one is right here. This is probably one of, if not the hardest hole on the course, just because of how big of a number you can really take. So really just gotta be careful, play safe, we'll be perfectly fine. Oh, too much. Okay, we can work with that. This is interesting. I've actually got a gap from the old long tee pad on this hole. So, not ideal, but I do have a gap to where I can actually get up there and get even past where I normally want my drives to land. Come on, be beefy. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so unfortunately the way this disc landed up against these trees, the best play I'm gonna have is to go over the swamp with a forehand, which is not gonna be comfortable at all. But like we saw in the last hole, as long as I give this Thunderbird some good anhyzer, it really shouldn't come back right fast enough to where it'll go out of bounds. So, let's see what we got. Oh, now it's overstable. Okay. Well, I believe it crossed up there at least. Hopefully it's in bounds. Okay, so we ended up being barely safe and actually in a fairly good position. If I can hit this gap up here and kind of push into that fairway I was talking about, we can have a pretty manageable up and down, which that'll be for what, a 6, I believe? Something like that. I'm not very good at math, but hopefully I'll be good at this shot. Too high, but okay. We're on the bike trail, which isn't bad. I don't know, if we have good footing, we'll probably have just as good a chance as if we were up there in the gap, so hopefully we have good footing. Ooh, okay. All right, that might be a little short, but it'll be a putt. Okay, so we put ourselves in a very tricky situation because I can either run this for 6, risk taking an 8, or lay this up and take a guaranteed 7. I want the 6 because it's going to help me out the most. 7's not bad. Odds are I'm going to miss this putt low anyway, so I'll probably have a tap in 7, but I want this putt. So let's keep us on track to get to 17, so let's go and make it. Oh no, sit down. Just don't roll. Okay, we're good. Whew. All right, guys, we're on hole 6. This one's a par 4, 624 feet. This one we're trying to throw out into the open area past these 2 trees. From there, we've got to throw over a pond to where the basket is. It's probably about a 300-foot water carry, but it's not very bad at all. So main thing is if I can set myself up well off the tee, we can go over for a birdie, but if we just throw straight, hit these trees, fall straight down, we can have an easy pitch up to the edge of the water and then throw across, take a par. So main thing is I just got to make sure that I'm in the fairway and don't do anything stupid. Like that. That's stupid. But it didn't really sound like it hit anything. So I've done that same shot before and ended up around the corner and had an easy pitch up for par. So hopefully we got that again. Okay, so we got insanely lucky. I will take it. But from here, you can kind of see what I'm talking about with the edge of the water. So if I can throw this forehand and get up to even like this dirt patch you can see straight in front of us, that's fine. But what I want to do is try and throw this forehand around this little group of trees right here. So that way I've got just like absolutely nothing in the way. Make this shot as easy as possible. So let's go and do it. Oh my gosh, I yanked that so bad. Oh, dang it. Maybe a little too wide. That should be across. Okay, that's fine. Come on. Oh, dang. I hate missing those putts high because I always feel like I've got to give them extra oomph to get them there when I really don't. Could have putted that like normal and been fine. All right, guys, we're on hole 7. This one's a par 4, 711 feet. Off the tee, we're trying to go straight for about 350 to 400 feet. Then the fairway bends off to the right, where eventually we go into like a tight wooded tunnel that's about 150 feet long, with the basket being at the end of that. So if you can get up there to like this split tree you can see, you probably could maybe get up and down for a birdie, but odds are you have to be to the right of that and past it. All I'm trying to do off the tee is throw something straight to this tree you can see dead straight ahead of us. And then from there, throw a shot up to the mouth of the gap, and then pitch a shot down into the gap and get out here with a par. Oh, I turned it over. Kick out. Yeah, it did. What do you know? I don't know if I'm going to be able to get up to the mouth of the gap from there. I might be able to. We'll just have to see. It's going to be a weird angle. Okay, so this is doable. The main problem is we've got a little bit of a headwind, so I'm going to have to go something a little bit more overstable than I would like to. And I'm going to have to do this weird straddle stance, basically do a standstill. But I'm just going to give it the height and the angle. We can at least have a look. Close. It's gonna hit that tree. Dang. Okay, so from here you can see the gap I'm talking about right here. Actually not in a bad spot because I can kind of throw a shot down into that gap. So I don't think I can really get up and down, but I mean I can give myself probably like a circle 2 putt if I throw this well. Let's see what happens. That's too high. Okay, that was just not a good shot at all, apparently. That was like 50 feet short of the gap. Just hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. God, that thing's supposed to be understable. I think it was flexing out. Oh, that was actually a surprisingly good putt. All right, guys, we're on hole 8. This one's a par 3, 390 feet. Biggest thing to pay attention to is we've got a pond off to the right. We're also throwing into a headwind, so got to make sure to throw the most overstable disc in my bag. But the basket's basically just dead straight ahead. There's not really any way for me to get up there for a putt, so just like I said, overstable driver. Just trying to put it in the middle and then throw a approach shot into the green. The approach shot in the green can be pretty tricky because it's elevated basket and it's on the side of a hill, but I'm not really too worried about it. So let's go ahead and see if we can get ourselves into a good position. Just kick out. Okay. I think I threw it far enough to where it'll be like in a position where I can throw out of that rough. I didn't really want to bring that rough into play off the tee because that's pretty much the best way to get a bogey on this hole is to throw in the rough off to the left, but I think we're far enough to where I don't have to worry about it too much. I might have thrown in that holly bush right behind the basket, but it should be like a, at most, 20-foot putt. So we actually got past the holly bush a little bit, but like I said, probably about a 20-foot putt. So let's go and make this. Let's go. Yes, needed that. All right, guys, we're on hole 9. This one's a par 5, 952 feet. This one is basically the mirror image of hole 1, but add on like 250 feet. Because off the tee, we're just trying to throw a dead straight shot to this corner, or from there, we're gonna have to go directly to the right. Main thing to pay attention to though is the fairway doesn't get much wider than this, pretty much throughout the entire fairway. So just gotta throw clean, smooth shots, all of them in the middle. Don't need anything big. I feel like that's a little short of the corner. I'm not really too sure. You can't ever really tell in this hole just because of how the ground is shaped. But worst case scenario, we'll probably have to do like a forehand pitcher in the corner or something like that. So not bad at all. Oh my gosh. Why do I keep trying to throw forehands when I know they're gonna be bad? Gah! Get through it. Ah, dang. Sit down. Okay. As long as it's not too far in there, we can kind of do like a forehand flex around the corner. Okay. It sounded like it landed flat, so hopefully it's in the fairway. Keep flipping, keep flipping, keep flipping. Okay, we can get up and down from there. All right, guys, that finished up the front 9 out here. I don't really know how to feel about how I played today. It seems like I was playing well, but I just kind of kept making 1 or 2 mistakes on each hole that really punished me. Because aside from hole 2, I didn't take a bogey, and I barely count that one as a bogey. So I really just had a bunch of pars and a bunch of double bogeys or worse. And so for that to be the case, I'm pretty happy with 12 over, because I believe that's my second best start ever. I might have gotten 11 one time, but it's definitely top 5 best starts I've ever had out here. So to be able to have that going in the back 9 is going to be nice, especially because, as you know, if you've seen the series before, the back 9's much more scoreable. There's really only like 3 holes that I can't play for par, at least consistently. So I definitely can make up the strokes on the back 9 and get back to that 18, 17 over.